up? My name is Dina Cataldo. I am a coach for lawyers, master certified. I help them stop procrastinating and hit their goals, whatever they are, whether it is building their book of business, calming their life down so they can enjoy life at home, whatever it is, I help them with that. And today I want to help you with how to stop procrastinating. And most lawyers, you might be one of them, think that they should just be able to put something on the calendar or tell themselves that they're going to do something and then they do it. That is not how it works. You probably know this, right? You plan, you have the best of intentions to do something. Then by the end of the week, you see that you just haven't got it done. Or you notice that you are waiting until the very last minute to do projects and you're rushing at night and you're pressuring, you're using deadlines to really pressure you and you feel dread the whole time getting there because you've been thinking about it, and then you end up spending all night getting it done, feeling exhausted the next day. You don't have to do it that way. I learned that the hard way. I didn't realize that there was a better way until I realized there was a better way. And so I want to give you that gift now so you don't have to keep putting yourself through that. One of the things that I needed to learn before I could stop procrastinating is that there are 3 pillars, 3 keys to making it easier on myself. I'm going to share those with you today. Before I go on, I want to make sure that if you haven't already, sign up for my How to Stop Procrastinating Masterclass. It's happening on February 3rd. It's a Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. I want you to come to this. It's called How to Stop Procrastinating and Get a Ridiculous Amount Done without dreading your workday or pulling all-nighters. And I'm going to dive deeper into these 3 pillars, these 3 secrets to consistently getting things done without using deadlines and pressure. You can sign up at the link in the comments or go to dinacataldo.com/procrastination. That's dinacataldo.com/procrastination. This is a must-see because you are going to get what you need to stop procrastinating. So let's dive into those 3 pillars that you need to know. And these aren't things that are taught in law school. So if they sound unfamiliar, it's because no one talks to us about this. So the first pillar of really starting to get things done is creating a better relationship with time. I talked to you all about how to do that in the masterclass, but I want to talk to you today about why it's so important. When we think that time is out of our control, that we don't have control over our calendar, that other people have power over us, whether it's clients, our boss, any of that, we end up playing victim and we don't have a good relationship with time. We're always telling ourselves there's not enough. There needs to be more. My week is hectic. No, your week is not hectic. You have the opportunity to calm your week, but it takes creating a really great relationship with time. One where you are no longer the victim, one where you are proactive in looking at the amount of time you have. I think it was Oprah or somebody said, like, we all have, I'm sure Oprah said this, but I'm sure there's someone who even way back in time said this. We all have 24 hours in a day. And what separates the people who achieve what they want and the people who are telling themselves they're just so busy they can't do things, they keep putting things off, telling themselves there's just not time right now, that it's just not a priority, is that people who are successful manage their time. They don't let time manage them. They proactively look at their week. What do they want to accomplish? What do they want to prioritize? What do they want to put first? And they make that happen. And then if there are emergencies, if there are demands on your time outside of that, it becomes easier because you are able to refocus your brain and understand what you need to do to make your priorities happen. That brings me to pillar number 2, which is understanding your brain. We should get a class in high school about how our brain works, but people do not talk to us about neuro systems or, the dysregulation that occurs when we are stressing ourselves out or using deadlines in order to push ourselves to get things done. Nobody talks to us about this. We do not need to feel stressed out about our week. We do not need to feel like it's hectic. We can, when we start prioritizing our relationship with time, start to have a better relationship, not only with time, but with our brain, because we've got to be able to look at things objectively and make decisions. But most of the time we are so busy, right? We're so overwhelmed. We're just chronically stressed out. We tell ourselves we don't have time. We need to jump into the work. We've got to keep going. That is the kiss of death to success. That is the kiss of death to a lot of things, whether it's your health, your relationships, pleasure in your law practice. So I want you to understand one big thing we're going to be talking about in this masterclass is how your brain works, because once you understand how it functions, you can have more control over it. There are so many automatic processes that happen that once you're aware of them, you can stop them and redirect your brain, but nobody tells us what they are. Nobody stops and says, hey, your brain is always going to complain. Your brain is always going to not want to do things. Your brain is going to look at the calendar and say, no, I really should go check my email. Your brain is always going to do that. So what I'm going to share with you in this masterclass is how to, when your brain does that, notice what's going on. You're also going to know why it does that, and start to redirect your brain so that you can do the things that are going to really move the needle on your practice and your goals. The third pillar that you've got to be aware of, this is key, this is essential, and we are going to dive in deep in the masterclass, is really rebuilding your relationship with yourself. One of the things that my clients come to me with most often are thoughts like, I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm doing. I should be doing better. I'm not a good attorney. And it's shocking to our systems when we hear other people say this, especially when we perceive them as so successful. I have litigators for tech companies. I have big law attorneys who are doing mergers and acquisitions at the billion-dollar level. I have estate planning attorneys who are building multi-six-figure practices, and their brains still say those things to themselves. Not because that is the truth, but because we learned these habits early on in our life, that somehow that is going to help us move through procrastination, that if we beat ourselves up, we're going to work harder and get things done. It may have worked in the past to get you where you are, but if you want to take your practice to the next level, if you want to enjoy your practice, if you want to have a life, we've got to change the relationship you have with yourself. So if you notice that you're telling yourselves those things, you've got to come to this masterclass. We are going to explore exactly why it's happening, how you can start redirecting your brain, and what you need so that you can move your goals forward and take action on those projects you don't want to take action on. Send out those bills you don't want to send out and you keep procrastinating on. Do all the things that are uncomfortable and learn how to make that happen with more ease. You're not going to be using deadlines to pressure you. You're not going to be using things outside of you to make sure you do things. Like one of the things I see my clients when they first come to me use are these alarms, and they annoy the heck out of them, and they really jar the system when there's all of these alarms happening. And then we even beat ourselves up more when we have these alarms and then we don't do what's on the alarm, and we tell ourselves more things like we're just not doing what we're supposed to do, and we keep diminishing our confidence in our capabilities, and that actually contributes to the procrastination. Join me for this masterclass. It's called How to Stop Procrastinating and Get a Ridiculous Amount Done Without Dreading Your Workday or Pulling All-Nighters. This is something that's going to be a game changer for you, so don't miss it. Go to the link in the comments below or go to dinacataldo.com/procrastination and join me there. This will change everything for you.